So today's Thursday, and that means Desert Island. So thanks for joining. Glad that you're hanging out with us. Hope that you also hang out with us over on the Righteous Oak Church side. We moved our weekly church message to a podcast format because it's easier for me. That's what it's about here. Just being straight with you. That's what it's about. So I love talking to you guys just about random stuff here with the Boomersmith podcast, but I'm also, going to enjoy continuing to preach and teach through the Righteous Oak Church podcast because I'm a praying man. I've said that before to you folks. So let's start, man. Dude, today's a big deal, and you know why. You know why today's a big deal, because it's Desert Island Thursdays. We're going to do that every Thursday. It gets us thinking, it gets us mindful, and we've got stuff to discover and chat about, and it's important. That's the only reason that I talk about it. I only talk about what's important. You guys know that. I only talk about the goods here on the Boomersmith podcast. So Desert Island, let me start here with my friend Sue, friend of the podcast, Sue Kincaid. Her husband is who she would bring. That's what she would bring with her on a desert island, her husband. Now, I've got to say a couple things about this. First, I know her husband, Gary, and yeah, if that's even a choice or an option, I'd bring Gary with me on a desert island because I know Gary, good friend, hopefully friend of the podcast, but good guy, her husband. And I'd bring Gary because I'm pretty sure that he knows how to fish, like a great fisher of sorts. He's a man's man. I look up to this guy. He's a guy that I sleep better at night because I know Gary has my back. I went golfing with him once and he wore a kilt and I'm pretty sure he was smoking a cigar. This is a man's man, so yeah, I agree with you. If Gary's even an option, everybody's going to choose Gary. So we can move forward now on Desert Island, knowing that for sure, the number one's the Bible. I will profess that till the day that I die. And number two, I think we can all agree then Gary. Right, guys? So we've got 1 and 2 down with Gary, and then maybe my third ones would be Smokes. But hey, thanks, Sue. Thanks for, commenting. It helps me out. It gives me something to talk about, and I get to hear from you. I get to think about you, get to think about Gary. Good folks. Next up, my buddy Justin, longtime friend. I think I've known him since kindergarten, and a longtime friend of the podcast. I'm sure he loves it. He plays it for his family. They turn it on at dinner at night, and they take notes and write down their favorite quotes. And I think they're planning family tattoos also, just with one of my famous quotes. You guys know the quotes. They're huge. So Justin said, and this is important, Justin said he would bring a smaller desert island so he had somewhere to vacation to when he needs to get off the desert island. And that makes perfect sense, guys. We have to be able to find a way to get away from our daily space. And maybe in the COVID season for you folks, you've, struggled with that. So me and my family, I love getting outside with the boys, and it's cold outside, and I'm pretty sure Judah's afraid of snow. So we haven't really had the going outside time lately. So we're trying to clean out the basement and make our home just more functional. So there's different places to go. We have to have that. And I think it's important for us to be mindful of that and then find out where in your house, like I set up, my little studio down here in the basement where I'm hanging out now. And I set up a work chair, but then I set up a thinking chair too, just to have a place to get away to where all I'm doing in this chair is thinking. I'm not writing, typing, recording, just thinking. So Justin, deep. I don't think he even realizes how deep that is to say that he would bring a smaller desert island onto a desert island with him. So here, just because I agree so much, I'm going to lay it out here quick, and I'll probably change it next week, depending on the genius that you folks bring to me. But I'm going to lay it out here quick. So number 1 for me is the Bible. Number 2, Gary Kincaid. Number 3, a smaller desert island, so I have a place to vacation to away from my regular desert island. And then Number 4 then is SIGs, of course, always going to be in the top 5, probably. So yeah, we have that. Dee Dee said she just wouldn't go to a desert island. So yeah, I get it. Or deserted island is what she wrote. So that's cool. You don't have to worry about this at all. Then you can move on to something else to worry about, which I'm sure you will, because we all do. But we're here to help you at the Boomer Smith Podcast. So outside of that, then last but not least, Mark, if he was going to a desert island, he would bring his lovely wife of 46 years. Mark, that's great. That is fantastic, man. I've been married for 3-ish, and I love my wife. And the idea of being alone on a desert island with my wife is fantastic to me too, man. And the fact that you've been married 46 years and you still have that desire, bless you, man. I love it. I love your marriage, man. I don't even know you, bud, but I love your marriage. So thanks for commenting about the show. So as far as bringing my wife, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, there's nothing that I would love more. Just me and my wife on an island together. Fantastic. I mean, also that we survive and we live and we don't completely struggle through the process. But I have to say this though too, because if my kids are around in whatever this mythical conversation piece that we're centering around this island, if my kids are still around in this parallel dimension, then I don't think I would want my wife with me, because I would want to know that she was with the kids, taking care of them. I hate the thought of them being out there without ma or pa. So if I can't be with them, I want to know that she would be. But other than that, if somehow they are good and they're like, you know what, guys, go, we're good. We're taken care of, our family, we're good. We're right with the Lord. Everything's good. You guys go ahead and be like, oh, okay. And I think her and I would check out to a desert island. Is it desert island or deserted island? Dee Dee threw me for a loop now. But hey, you know what? Short and sweet, man. Let me preach for a bit. We've got to be aware of what we would take with us on a desert island. You never know what's happening, man. It's a weird world we're living in. Pandemics and is there anything else going on? That's all I ever hear about. But I want to say right now, pandemic wise, good job, Wheel of Fortune. You guys adding those little white I didn't even know how to describe them in an appropriate way, but the little wheel glove things. So you know how it is, man. On a Wheel of Fortune, you got no glove. No, I'm not even going down that route, but God bless you, Wheel of Fortune. Pat Sajak, man, I appreciate what you're doing, what you've been doing. And I do have something to say quick. I like to keep these short for Thursdays because I got stuff to do. You got stuff to do. But I have to say this about Wheel of Fortune, and we'll get into this later for sure, because it's important that we discuss these things, just in case. If anything, if this is a way for us to slow the spread, let's discuss it. That's my new excuse to my kid now. Hey, anything I need you to do? She's like, well, why do I gotta do this? I'm like, gotta slow the spread, man. This is it. Gotta slow the spread. Wait, you want the spread to not be slowed? Yeah, come on. You gotta get ready for school, man. Why? Gotta slow the spread. It's gotta get slowed. Gotta get it slowed down. And you're our only hope. We're counting on you. So where was I going with all of that? But this is important. Wheel of Fortune. There's a Wheel of Fortune etiquette that every contestant should follow. And I sit at home and yell at the TV screen if contestants do not follow that etiquette. So we're going to continue to roll out these rules because it's important. You never know. Somehow, some way, our knowledge about Wheel of Fortune etiquette could slow the spread someday. We all play a part, but I want to roll out one quick piece before I let you go. If you ever are on Wheel of Fortune, and you talk about your wife, your kids, you must present a describing word before, an adjective about your family. My amazing wife, Jill, of almost 4 years. Hey, I just want to give a shout out home to my amazing wife, Jill. Fantastic kids. And then, I'm on a roll now. So let me give out one other etiquette. You can never say the specific place that you work. You can't say the business name. You have to say, yeah, I'm a tech advisor at a prestigious company. And then again, you have to present the adjective to the audience to tell us about the company. And currently, I'm working at a mediocre firm. What am I even talking about now? Boomer Smith podcast. Happy Thursday.